Hello everyone, Lance here, also known as Victor in the real life. I'm the creator of the cEDH data website, and today I'm excited to present a brand new feature. I think you guys are gonna love it. But before we do a deep dive on the new feature, let's currently recap what the simulator is capable of. So here you can select one of the commanders, right? And here you can select a card, and by doing so, it will show how likely you are to win if that card is on your deck, right? And you can also do like a commander-wide analysis here. Sometimes it takes a little bit to load, so it's perfectly fine. So here you can see it loads the Smothering Tide, and it says it has like a 2% win rate more, right? If you have a Smothering Tide on your deck. Also, you can click Analyze Commander to get like all the cards that are better winning for your commander. Okay. However, this is the old site, so let's check the new one, and you can access it by clicking here, Rhystic Simulator. Keep in mind it's a beta, so it still have some caveats that I might need to solve. Okay. So here's the Risky Goldfish Simulator page. I'm a Blue Farm player, so all the examples here, not all, but most of them will be with Blue Farm. So just as a curiosity, this is my list here that's preloaded on the simulator, right? Let's talk about how it works. I implemented this simulator after watching a YouTube video for the creator cEDH Time. Let's call him Mr. T for simplicity, right? His theory was that the best way to win in cEDH is to aggressively mulligan until you can drop a Rhystic Study on turn 2. From there, you grind so much value that your board states becomes almost impossible to beat. So many cards in hand, right? And I wanted to test this theory with real data, which is why exactly I built this simulator. To calculate like a specific combination of cards in hand, like the probability of drawing a specific card, is incredibly difficult if done mathematically. So instead, the simulator uses like Monte Carlo simulations and deep depth analysis. We essentially teach the algorithm how to play, and it simulates thousands and thousands of games to find the most optimal lines. Okay, much like a chess engine. The way to use our simulation is pretty simple. First, you select the target cards, right? This is a card like a Rhystic Study or Necropotence. Then you select where you want it to be, either on the stack or in your hand. And then you select at which turn you'd like the card to be found. So in the example here, by turn 2. Here's the number of games you're trying to simulate. And here's how much cards you're willing to keep, right? How much you want the algorithm to mulligan. To import your deck, you just go to and click copy plain text. You just then paste it here, and with the commanders here with a space. Okay. You also see this checkbox like ignore the money consultation lines and ignore Lion's Eye Diamond lines. Checking those boxes will allow you to see the deck's performance without relying on those specific all-in combos. Some people might not be very comfortable with using the Lion's Eye Diamond to discard their entire hand, and for some like simulations, like finding a Rhystic Study, it might not even be the best approach. So that's why these checkboxes are here. One other checkbox we have is the extended depth search. This will make the simulator even slower, but it might make the chess engine find more lines that it would normally not find. So if you check this, you can see your percentage going like a little bit up, not very much. So I prefer to stay it off for our test today. Then you can just click run simulation, and you start to load every game. Let's just wait a little bit for it to load. So here it's running the simulation, and we can see like how likely we are to get a Rhystic Study on turn 2. And here we're having a really nice run with 49%, right? And if you go down here and you click on some of the cards here, so like it's because I'm using the Monte Consultation, but if I click the Monte Consultation, you're gonna see that it's using the Monte Consultation as a guaranteed tutor, which is not, right? We know sometimes it has like a 6% chance to whiff, but here it treats it as like a guaranteed simulator. So that's why you might want to uncheck that checkbox. And here you can filter for each Monte Consultation line, each gamble line, right? And if you can clear here, or you can change like how likely you are to use Vampiric Tutor. And you can see like this is very good for training because you can see the exact line the simulator used, and you can see like, oh, I would never thought of that line. If you click view more, it will extend for even more lines, and you can see like diamond eyes lines where you place a tutor on the stack and then you crack for blue, 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 and then you cast Rhystic Study, right? So the simulator is smart enough to understand those lines. How do you use this simulator to improve our decks, right? So I build a list here based on the Mr. T strategy, designed to be the most efficient possible, maximize the amount of Rhystic Studies you can do on turn 2. I call it Bard to Heuristic, and let's run a simulation to see how likely you are to get it with this list. I guess I already run one here, and as you can see here, for 10,000 games, ignoring the main lines, right, or the most risky one, we can get like a 42.7% chance of casting Rhystic Study on 2. And the beauty of that line, or that simulator, or of this deck specifically, is that the strategy here is not also to get a Rhystic Study on 2, but to maximize the keepable hands. You can see here that we can see that you're 42% likely to get a Rhystic Study on 2, but you can also try to change this for Necropotence, right? And without changing any other configuration, we can run the simulation. It's actually with the sideboard, so this makes it slower. So let's keep this in on the video so you guys can remember to erase your sideboards like I didn't do. This number is supposed to be even higher than 47. So here you can see the likelihood of getting a Necropotence while the results come in. You can see here that Dark Hit will help it a lot, right? Of course, Dark Hit is going to help all the lines that we have. Necropotence, or not all the lines, but most of them, right? Otherwise, Lotus Petal is also like a very good help for that. So basically, if you have like 45% or 42 or whatever, to find like a Rhystic Study on 2, plus a 24% percentage to find like a Necropotence, plus like 10% to find a Adnauseum on turn 2, or like 80% to find like a Mystic Remora on turn 1, you can see that these numbers will not add up to 100%, of course, but you can see that by doing the intersection of those probabilities, you get like almost 95%. And this is the ultimate goal of the deck, to maximize keepable hands. By optimizing the fast mana you have with Lotus Petal, with a Crystal Vein, with City of Traitors, you drastically increase your chances of finding one of those key value engines. Okay, either a Rhystic or a Necro or a Fish. One other thing the simulator is also good of is like letting us find the optimal lines, or how likely our deck is to cast our commander on turn 1. So for this example here, I have loaded like a Etali Primal Conqueror list, right? No sideboards here, no stickers here, so we're good there. Let's look at him and see how likely he is to cast Etali on turn 1, as long as we're willing to mulligan 2-3. Okay, so let's run the simulation. Finding 7 mana is like very difficult. By running this simulation, you can see, like not very likely, but somewhat likely that you can cast like an Etali by turn 1. And you can see here some of the cards that help, like Jessica's Will and Simian Spirit Guide. So one nice thing to know about the simulator is that it uses like a best possible outcome heuristic. So what this means is like that Jessica's Will always make 7 mana because you're not simulating our opponents, right? So this is like a good case scenario for Jessica's Will. The same is true for Gamble, right? We assume that Gamble never discards the card that you wanted, right? So if you use Gamble to tutor, on the real life, sometimes you're going to discard your card. If you cast Demonic Consultation, sometimes it will exile your target payload, right? So the simulator doesn't keep track of these edge scenarios because that would be very difficult to implement and the number wouldn't change that much. So let's just know for sure that the simulator is like a goldfish. While you're goldfishing alone, you usually say, oh, let's see if I'm gonna cast Gamble. If I keep the card, right, then this is gonna happen. If I don't, then I will deal with it in the real game, right? So this is the risk that we use here. That's why I choose to implement the simulator that way. And you can see like casting Italian turn 1, it's like 7% likely. And just as a taste for you guys, I did a new simulator here where everything is the same. The only difference that I added Judith Lotus to the list, And let's see how just one card that's banned, let's see how that improves the odds of our boy, the Chunky Boy. Okay, so as you can see, if you have Jeweled Lotus, right, the percentage of games that it helps bring a tally on turn 1 are very, very large, right? So of all of those wins, right, Jeweled Lotus participated in like 70% of them, 68, whatever. So as you can see, like one single card can have like a huge impact on the format, right? It can change like a lot. Me personally, I would love if the Jeweled Lotus was unbanned, because it makes commanders like Narset or Corvold or even Atali more viable, right? I'm a man blue farm player, like I said, but I would like to see like a meta where you don't always have to go like Hograk and go down to like small commanders, right? Because of course they are the best now, but that could not be the case sometimes, right? And guys, sorry for my English. As you can see, it's not my main language, but I'm trying my best here. Okay, and now that we've been playing a little bit with the simulator, I'd like to talk about my experience with it. So have been winning with this list here? Well, not exactly, because in my local meta, players are highly aggressive about countering the turn 2 Rhystic Study, right? Because of this strategy sacrifices a lot of resources, and when people counter your payload, right, or your Risk or your Necro, it hurts a lot, right? So if your meta is like not as blind-signed to counter the value pieces, then I am with like cEDH time that he says like this is the MVP, right? This strategy here is one of the best ones that you can be doing, right? Mr. T has a list. He uses Clue Farm. He doesn't use like the Wonder Minstrel. He has a little bit more interaction. Mine has different combo pieces, right? But I would like to make some more changes on this list, like maybe fix a little bit the mana base, maybe add Flare of Denial. So it's a work in progress, right? This is not perfect. But this is the beauty of it, because the simulator is free. You can test as much as you want it, right? You might find that you'll find like a list that's even better than this, right? And access the website, give it a try. You can find a list that's better than my one in Mistral. You can find a list that's better than cEDH time Clue Farm, right? You can see how likely you are to play your commander on turn 1 or on turn 2, right? Yeah, that's it. Please access the website if you find this video helpful or useful in any way and would like to subscribe. Here on this channel, probably I will post every time there's like a major update to the website, right? I might do some like weekly highlights of the meta. If a lot of people access the website, I'm gonna see what people are searching, and I wanna try to understand what people are playing, and I can show those highlights here. Not sure if someone would be interested in that. If you guys would be interested in like me analyzing the meta or like giving my opinions about the data that I found here, tell me. I would also love to share everything with you guys. But otherwise, this is the simulator. Hopefully, like, this is a gift of me for the community. I always love data. I always love optimizing my decks. This format, like cEDH, is like one of the best formats. I fall in love for it. And I'm very happy that I can build something that other people might find useful, right? So thank you so much for your time, and I will catch you in the next one, hopefully. Bye-bye.